Hi folks, this is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report. Well, we've just had our Toyota Series a few days ago, and the Toyota Series tournament in Messina, 300 anglers, 150 boats. It was quite an event, and again, a testimony to what we have here and what we're willing to offer and give to have more people experience and discover the great resource that not only our St. Lawrence River is, but the whole area. So let me tell you a little bit about this tournament. There were 150 boaters and then 150 co-anglers, which means they aren't quite the same. They have to stay in the back of the boat. They don't pay as much to enter, but they can win lots of prizes, including their first prize was a Phoenix bass boat of all things, which is phenomenal. But they had tremendous success, and they always do when they fish the St. Lawrence. But here's what stood out to me. One of my greatest concerns as we do these tournaments is that we protect the fish. You know, I have people that say, well, you bring tournaments here and you put extra stress on the fish. We do. But I think, and I've talked to the DEC too also, and the DEC and biologists, we all have an idea of our resource, but we still don't know exactly how many fish are out there, how to protect them, their migration routes, and so forth. And that's a process that's always in process. It's a continual happening. But I'll tell you, these anglers, they really tried this time more than any time, and it's because we've reached out to them. We said, look, we're offering you what we have in return. Please respect and protect this fishery, because if we don't, you guys won't have a place to come. You won't be able to come here and have a tournament and get a chance to fish for the world's greatest smallmouths. So with all that said, with 300 anglers bringing their fish in, and they're allowed to bring 5 fish in, and they get weighed, and then they get released back into a release boat. The record showed that day that only one fish out of all those fish they brought in came in dead. The rest of them we were able to release, and it was just incredible based on other tournaments. And so, you know, this was on the first day, on Thursday. I don't know the exact numbers on Friday. They had probably just as many fish brought in because all 300 anglers fished. But this is a fantastic thing. The fact that we have certain commitments that we have to make when we have a tournament. We have to live up to the criterion of the contract that we sign. But in the same sense, we're paying to bring these people here. And so we can have certain criterion that we want as part of that contract. And one of those things that we want is that they do everything in their power, which includes the way they handle those fish, the aeration, they're in their live wells, the fact that we encourage them to fizz the fish as soon as they catch them. We encourage them when they bring them in, they're put in bags full of water that I'm telling you that there's a lot of weight to those bags, and these guys have to carry those up to the tanks. Then they're put in tanks that have aeration tubes put into the tanks. Then they're weighed and they're taken back to a release boat that has ice and the water temperature just right to keep these fish alive, and then they're taken back in the St. Lawrence and released. I wanted you all to know the process that goes on by these big organizations like Major League Fishing, like the FLW, and like Bassmasters. They have abilities and ways to protect these fish that sometimes are not as possible with smaller tournament trails. So we had an incredible tournament, and we had an incredible fish release program. So I'm happy about that. I'm happy that they had such a wonderful event, and they'll be back here again next year. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report.